Connor, how do you feel like this offensive line is gelling?
Gelling really well. With going through OTAs, especially the interior three, we got really tight. We're working really well together. Now to have the tackles back added in, it helps that the tackles were there last year, obviously. So I think that cohesion's on the field is really starting to build just in the second day. Obviously, the off-the-field cohesion's there, and it's a tight-knit room that likes to be around each other, likes to hang out. So it's been really good.
What has it been like having Mackay back in particular?
It's been great. When you have a force like him on the edge, it's hard to replace that, if impossible to replace a guy like him on the edge. So to have him back in, he's his conditioning's really coming along. His knee's feeling a lot better. You can see in his pass sets and everything that he's getting back to where he was. So he'll be a force to be reckoned with come week one. I truly believe it.
How much, maybe easier isn't the right word, but how much more comfortable or calm can you be in the middle when you know you have a guy like Elijah on one side and Lakin on the other?
Yeah, whoever it was the last couple of years, I was always comfortable going into games. But when you have guys that are that physically dominating, it definitely makes your job a little easier. If it's a single block, they make my job a lot easier. They take that edge off. There really isn't an edge left for me to come get. The guys on the line of scrimmage in there, and they are both just there's truly like the definition of dominating physical guys. They're both. If you went into a lab and wanted to build guards, that's what you're building on both sides. So definitely one of the luckiest centers in the league to have two guards like that.
With Lakin's experience in this offense, does that help the room?
Yeah, been huge. Him and JB have a great relationship. He knows this system just as well as anybody. It's been huge. We both are kind of from that same tree, and it helps with our language. We both speak the same language when it comes to run calls, pass calls. He and I are very successful in this system, so it's the ideologies that we would like to bring with us anywhere we go. So, it's been awesome.
This is year 3 for your year.
Yep.
Obviously, there hasn't been a lot of winning. How much closer do you feel like this team is to being, a serious contender?
I think, first off, you're never going to know until you put pads on, right? The game changes. But the pieces that we have on paper, we should be solid. And the feeling you get when you're out there, and I think this kind of comes from Zach being in year 2 and everything, but like when we broke the huddle on the first snap of the first day, it didn't feel like we had just come off a 5-week break. You know what I mean? And I feel like in the past, we've come off that 5-week break, and it almost felt like we were restarting come the first day of camp. And then that comes with the experience. That comes with people being in the same system. That comes from guys taking it upon themselves to not completely just forget about everything over the break. So the steps that we've taken to get there, I think we're walking down that path.
Sorry.
No, you're good. That's all I had to say. Sometimes I ring.
That being said there, then, what can you guys build on if you have that head start coming in, knowing that you're not starting over?
Solid talks about it a lot with us. We're really taking it to that, 301, 401, put it in academic terms, that level. We've gone from, starting as that freshman, sophomore, to appreciate it, to, we're coming in as seniors, fifth-year guys in grad school type knowledge of the game and this offense. And it allows you to be that more effective, that more play with that much more speed, because there's nothing that replaces confidence. And confidence and experience is what a young team lacks when you're looking at like age-wise. But this team, age-wise, we're young, same system, second year, a lot of the similar guys in the same roles. So that experience is definitely coming along, and just taking it in academic terms, that 4 or 501, starting off there instead of starting off day one like last year. We were at a 101, barely get the plays in, cadence was off, start of camp. We didn't have a single issue today. We where we left off, we started right back up.
Do you see a noticeable difference in Zach in year 2?
Yeah, I think everybody should be able to see it, and from our perspective, it's that confidence he has. That, the play. If you guys knew what the play calls were, they're long, they're hard to repeat, and to have a guy that's sitting there and he could always get it out, but it was a little fumbly last year in the start of camp and a little bit hesitant, and you just feel that in the huddle. There's none of that. It's pure confidence. It's pure, like he fully has control over what is going on, and that's the difference.
Connor, with the position you play and the physicality involved in it, really they've taken that out of practices in the NFL. They've reduced it, with good reason to help you guys, health-wise. But is it tough to just kind of get ready for the physical aspect of the season, for the running game, that kind of stuff? Yeah.
I could see for some people, I think it kind of depends on who you are. I love that aspect of the game, so I always look forward to it. There's obviously guys out there that don't love it as much. So when that opportunity presents itself, I try to take full advantage, and I think that's especially Lake and AVT, George, Beck, we're all like that. We none of us are shying away from contact. So yeah, we're not out there the first couple days thumping. I mean, everybody's playing hard. There was no every play, everybody got their full opportunity to come out and no pads on, but play physical. You can still play physical, and we're doing our best to take full advantage of that.
Frustrated with no pads on the defensive line.
It's a little different. Yeah, you can.
They have a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, they got a lot of cloth to grab. That jerk pull is a little bit more work, a little bit more effective when you got no pads on. We have a little bit less pop behind our run blocks and everything, so everybody does look forward to getting pads on, and makes our jobs a little easier. And if you truly watch O-line play, nothing we do is what the natural human body wants to do. So when you get a little bit of help with some pads, it makes a world of difference.
You talk about how physically imposing you guys are on the line this year. Does that make you lobby coach to maybe run the ball a little bit more this season? You want to get after it?
Yeah, I don't get paid to call plays, but I like to run the ball, and I think the way to do that, I guess, is to be effective. If we're effective, they're going to run the ball, whether we ask for it or not. If we're effective with it, a coach is going to run it. So it's on us really to prove that we can run the ball, and then the run plays get called. So once you have the faith in us and we can prove it, then they'll run the ball. So it's always our goal, or the way I look at it, is the first couple run plays of the game are critical, because we need to prove to the OC that we are capable of running the ball on this defense. So not that I don't give every play my best, but those first couple run plays are very critical to get 4 or 5 yards, just to prove, like, hey, we can do this all game.
Speaking of that run game, what were your impressions of Michael Carter last year?
He's great. This run game is a little different. Michael Carter has that ability to, once he gets in the ball in his hand, is to make an average play great. So now once he's doing it, he's learned the ins and outs and the true technique, or the true reads of this offense. And you can see it now that he's awesome. He's gonna make some, O-line's gonna give him 3, he's gonna make it 6, 7, 8, 9. To even that ability, we give him 3, he makes it a touchdown, or we give him 10, he makes it 30. So he's a special player.
You guys brought in a couple tight ends who have a history of being good blockers. I'm just curious, how does that help you guys with the run game and just overall?
For this offense, tight ends are huge. The best tight end in the league right now is running this offense. So it's huge for us. We've had some good blocking tight ends in the past, and these guys are just going to take it up to another level. So I'm really excited. They're great dudes. They mesh really well with the locker room, and the O-line, they're kind of mostly part of us, especially the way Mid would like it, them to be fully, us. It's Mid's mindset. So, they gel really well. They fit right in, and I'm really excited to have them on the team.
Notice you shaved the beard. The mustache is having a moment in New York sports. Is it just the heat, or?
It was the heat. I knew it was going to be hot. Last year I'd done the mustache for November or whatever it was, and for the first time in a long, long time I hadn't had a beard. And I noticed the temperature change, and right then I was like, camp, mustache. It was this decision was made last November that the temperature, it's a drastic difference, so I was going to take full advantage of that. So.
Is it a welcome facial hair change back home?
Yeah, my wife, it doesn't bother my wife much. I mean, I think she probably even likes it better because I have this normally beard, and yeah, she doesn't mind it. She doesn't mind it.